Artistic Layman.
Oh, would you look at that? Could that be us one day?
Karen, let's break up. Sorry, Karen, but I have no further use of you.
Yep, she's outlived her purpose. And we're with our special guest, the Beckloff. How you doing?
How's it going?
It's going fairly well. So I had plans for the last week. I've been kind of busy because I've just been moving here and there all over the place. So I've been really like, not exactly the most reliable person when it comes to like podcasting, but at the same time, I've been a lot of things have been happening in my life, and I've just been kicking butt all week, and all the last couple weeks actually. So forgive me for that. But at the same time, I had a plan to do something regarding the. I wanted to do more on what was happening in the whole Ukraine and all that stuff, whole Russian thing. But apparently the news comes out faster and faster and faster, and old news becomes new news, and new news becomes old news. Because apparently, like Nick Fuentes got his Medicare basically just sat back and let Nick Fuentes hang himself in a death roll, so to speak, or a death.
Yeah, this was pretty great.
I have not had a chance to hear it, but I hear it was glorious.
Oh, it is it was truly a glorious event. And to be honest with you,
I've binged on it this weekend like it was a Netflix show circa 2015. Like I watched the whole debate, and then I watched most of the 9.5-hour Kino Casino breakdown of it.
They made almost $10,000 between them, plus minus taxes and split.
I fell asleep Saturday night with them streaming,
Jeez.
And I fell asleep early. I was wonked Saturday because I had to get up early for me, midnight, and I got up like around 5:30 to piss, and my phone is still going with them going on. I'm like, is it playing again? And I'm looking like they're still live. Those fucking lunatics.
But they made 10K, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'll stream for 9 hours for 10K.
Shit, you and me both, buddy, man. But the big thing that I took away from this, and we're gonna talk. I have a mirrored link from King of Pole, and King of Pole's still a thing, right? Mm-hmm. So King of Pole, he re-uploaded this, and I actually wanted to talk about this particular part. Here you go, Luke. This is at 1 hour and 40 minutes in. Again, I will get the original links in the description for you all. Give me 1 second. I'll pull this up here, and I'll put this in the chat. Here you go, Luke.
1 hour and 40 minutes in.
Yep, I already have it set up for you. Here you go.
All right.
1 hour 40 minutes in. One of the again, this is more it really let me see if I can send you a link, Luke, on the actual clip, because actually Beckloff, you sent me this clip, which I guess is some sort of arts and craft done by I think it might have been done by Jade, I believe, or Medicare's lady friend. Let's see if I can find it here, there, and here you go. You can put this up. There you go. Now, I first saw this and I thought to myself, yeah, this is basically what it is. I mean, Jim has kind of become that character, like the old mafioso Don of the internet. He's kind of become the Godfather. And I'm looking at this, and it's Boss Hogg, Soldier 76, Little Nicky versus Snoopy, Godfather Medicare, and I guess the Gnome. I don't know what the Gnome is. I guess he's the wild card. But I was looking at this, and it's just,
I think the Gnome is Keemstar.
The Gnome might be Keemstar. I think it might be. I don't know why. I don't know why it would be.
And then, that's Flamenco is the dog.
It looks like Snoopy.
I like how his head. Well, that's kind of what his little avatar says. I like that his head just says "come." This isn't even nice to anybody, too. That's the best part of it.
Yeah, Boss Hogg, Soldier 76. You got fucking Nick Fuentes.
I like Ralph. Almost looks like a ghost because of his pig gun thing.
I don't even know what the hell a gunt is. Is it like his gut?
Ralph has the weirdest fat guy body. I'm a fat fuck, I'll admit that, but Ralph is gotten really fat and then lost weight really fast after he was in prison. Then he got really fat again. So it's almost like when you take a JPEG and then shrink it down and then blow it back up. He's completely out of proportion. He looks like a fat guy that's melting.
How did he? Well, he went to prison.
Yeah, a couple years ago, he went to Oh, this was probably like 2015 ish. He went to jail for 10 months for punching a cop.
Ooh.
Jeez.
And I mean, he was like a big fat guy, and then he went to jail and had to eat broccoli every day, and so for 10 months, so that he like slimmed down like really. When the guys like slim down like way too fast, but not from exercise, and they get
like Fat Bastard and fucking what was it?
They get all
Austin
that loose
Powers.
skin, and
Yeah.
they look worse. So many guys like look worse when they slim down like too fast without building up any muscle. They look like they're dying.
What the hell? Like the thing that got me about this whole thing is that I've been watching this from the side. Again, I don't watch any of these people except I would say Medicare. Like the only person I have actually even seen is Medicare. I've seen a little bit of Nick Fuentes' stuff. I've seen a little bit of Soldier 76's stuff, but I haven't really seen Ralph. I haven't really focused on Ralph. And I haven't said Flamenco I've only seen him on freaking V Monroe stuff. Well, greetings, Holy Mystic. But going back to the podcast, the live stream, Medicare just sat back and let Nick basically hang himself. It was like fighting in a net, almost like watching a fish just fight its way out through in a net. It was really beautiful. It was really amazing thing. But I wanted to bring this up. Luke, can you play the clip, please?
I think I found the scene where Becca was talking about.
All right, let me see it.
About Ethan Ralph losing weight.
Oh, that's the first time. Yeah, everybody. He was getting kind of fat again after this, but yeah, that was the first time people started really making fun of his gunt, as they call it, with his fucking. And then of course there's the jiggling gunt gif that people took out of his sex tape.
He has a sex tape.
Yeah, he's actually on not probation, but a stayed sentence right now. If he screws up at all in the next year, he's going to prison. But he got convicted of revenge porn. His first baby mama, when they broke up, he got so mad he released a video of him fucking her. Shit. Now, this is actually somewhat important to the lore. So indulge me for a minute here as we describe this scene. So this is they call it the POV shot in porn. Ralph is holding the camera, and this young lady is riding on his can't be more than 3-inch dick, as his gunt jiggles like a waterbed in front of it, and then he goes ahead and shoves his thumb right up her ass.
Oh, jeez.
Getting a little wild there, and then. Now you can't see his face, but he brings his hand up away from the camera, presumably towards his face, and you hear a loud sniff noise, and then you hear what sounds like, shall we say, some finger licking good noises.
Oh no,
Jesus,
Ethan!
Come now, that's.
I know
that could be sanitary, mate.
I mean, I know it's passionate. It's a passionate moment, but geez, have some sense of propriety.
I mean, that's like some degenerate Roman shit. That's like Caligula levels of fucking degeneracy. I mean, ugh. So now, apparently.
That's something everybody throws back in his face because it's funny. It's funny. Like, I'm sorry, you don't.
It's easy to throw it back at him. Just go on, dude.
Eat the poo-poo. They eat the poo-poo.
He ate the shit. He literally ate the shit. Oh my god! So that's
so he showed. That's why he shows up on that stream with Nick and all. Because towards the end, Nick had to call all his various cozy butt buddies to come defend him, and Ralph just hops in there and is immediately like, "I don't eat shit. It's not true." And I'm sorry, you're in a bad position in life where that's a statement you have to make.
Oh, little Snoopy.
It's not true. He just immediately shows up and says, I want to know why everyone's saying that I eat shit. Medicre's just laughing like, because you do.
You ate shit. You literally, like, again, was it good shit? Like, that's the real question. Was it good shit? It was coming out of a girl's ass. So, I mean.
Well, yeah, that puts him a step above probably what Nick gets up to.
I haven't, again, and I'm wondering, what was it like? What were we talking? 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10? What were we talking for the girl? Let's go for a 7,
I don't want to
maybe.
be mean to this poor girl. Let's say that it's far better than what you'd expect Ralph could get. We'll say that.
Okay, so he leveled up. Let's just say.
Yeah, he's definitely shooting above his weight class.
Well, I mean, with the guns, I mean it
Proverbially
goes
speaking.
Yeah. So apparently, and this is the big one that I got from this, is that I was looking at this because apparently, I've been hearing this whole Jesus saves, Jesus loves, and all this other crap. Like they were using the Lord's name to like deflect.
Christ is king.
Yeah, can you explain that for me? Because I have not been following.
Ralph
this.
likes to. Ralph is a professing Christian. We'll call it that, and he likes to go on about Christ as king and all that other stuff. And I mean, Nick Fuentes obviously hides behind the super authoritarian Catholic shit, which is ironic since the whole stream he's going on about how rules are gay.
Yeah, he's basically antinomian. He's basically a traitor. Again, if this was a Protestant, it would make sense because you could argue saved by grace and faith alone. That's an argument. But as a
he's
Catholic,
at this point arguing for almost just pure, I don't know, nihilism, anarchy. Like it's it's not wrong if I do it, kind of shit. It's pure, like.
Which I'll just say it right now before we continue. The gentleman who's hosting this stream, the guy with the glasses and the headphones, he looks like Justin Bieber. He really does. he has that he's a believer. Let's just say that, okay? Whether I don't know.
Look, I've said for a long time about Nick Fuentes, and I think this debate really just proved it to anybody with eyes to see. That little queer is pure evil.
Oh, yeah, he is.
There's no getting around it. And look, yes, he is.
He reminds me of.
He's probably a closet homosexual, and the only reason I said probably because he's not a. If he's not a homosexual, he's in this weird state where I've heard a lot of people suggest, and I don't know this, I don't have any direct evidence for it, but it's a theory that fits the facts, that he was probably molested by a woman when he was a child, when he was prepubescent child.
Probably a nun.
I'm not talking about when he was 13 or something. I'm talking about when he was, actually at an age that would have frightened and confused him. And if indeed that happened, I have no direct evidence that it did. That would absolutely explain why he seems to think all sex acts are icky and gross. Oh. At least according to him, he thinks it's just as gross for Medicare to have been finger banging his wife as it is for Ralph to eat the poo-poo.
Apparently, he was saying that Medicare raped his wife. Actually, did Jade and Medicare, did they get it? Did they elope or something? Or?
Okay, yeah, they're married now. Back in Gamergate, they were just dating.
Right on.
And they were both on a live stream. And she's on a live stream going on about stupid Gamergate bullshit. And Jim just kind of hops on her and starts fucking groping her and finger banging her and stuff. And she's like, Jim, get off me. No. And she's laughing and giggling. And it's very clear to anyone that has any experience with women or just isn't autistic that wasn't a no that means no. I know. Oh, no means no, and you have to sign a fucking release form for every set. But realistically, she's laughing and giggling and no, stop. It's very clear, and by evidence, the fact that she is still with him, she's still very happily with him. So, yeah, you're being either very disingenuous or very autistic if you hear that audio and think that she's sexually assaulted in it.
People that kind of experience say, no does not mean no. The safety word means no.
Yeah, well, I know all about that, but that's...
I've always seen Fuentes as not a picture of Dorian Gray. What the hell's his name? The guy from the 50 Shades of Grey. He really comes off as somebody who has a torture room or a kill room or something.
Yeah, but it's not the female secretary he's bringing there.
No, he's not. He's probably
he seems to find women repulsive. At least if you take him on face value, he seems to find sex itself repulsive. So if he's not gay, he's in some sort of weird, emotionally stunted, asexual state.
I actually,
I think he's probably gay. That's probably the easiest explanation. But again, if he's not fucking dudes, if he's not interested in fucking dudes, he's not interested in fucking anybody.
Right. One of the play the clip, Luke. Play the clip because this is actually something that I've talked about before on this podcast about how eventually, and then I don't know if you've seen this part yet, Mr. Beckloff, but play it.
Right here.
Yep, play it.
When we were on the Capitol grounds.
Yeah, I know. You were standing outside while he went in.
Yeah, but the Capitol complex is big. There were 500,000 people there. I didn't let him go in. I had a whole group with me, and we didn't go in. And he was on the other side of the Capitol.
Very, very brave.
It was brave. It was brave. We stood up to the government that day. That was unlike you.
By standing outside.
Yes, actually. Unlike you, and yeah, Baked Alaska is brave for having done that. Absolutely. Because unlike you, we're actually out there in the world trying to do something. And we're not just being nihilistic.
Working on a legacy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I know. Nothing matters, right, Jim? You're just nihilistic above it all. Your real life doesn't matter. Your internet life doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's all just.
I know. I need to care. I need to care more deeply.
No, I don't think you need to care. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
This is a thing that he was trying to throw in Medicre's face. A lot of people try to throw this in Medicre's face. I remember a while ago, I was arguing with somebody I once knew who decided the best course of action was to join a pagan cult. And, you know, he's all like, oh, yeah, doing things is dumb. I know. And I'm like, no, doing dumb things is dumb.
Show the picture of the guy who was in the pagan cult in his action figure. Apparently, show it to him. She'll put it online.
You're the second person, by the way, who showed me that fashionable pic from him.
Let's see. This is the
not that.
action,
That's a
this is the action figure. As we all know, this is the Eternal Cipher, and we have his twin.
Oh my God, I can't. This is. I'm not kidding. He looks damper. I'll give you that. I mean, I'm a dashing rogue, but that's a nice fucking look on him.
I think he could fit right in at America First. I know he's Canadian, but maybe we can have Canada Maybe we can have Canada first.
Well, I mean, you already have fucking Lauren Shen and Lauren Southern. I mean, they're basically fucking de facto Americans at this point.
But no, I was like, no, doing dumb things is dumb. Okay. Yeah. And like, at least I'm trying. Like, this isn't grade school, and life doesn't always give you A for effort there, champ. Like, the January 6th stuff was really, really dumb. Okay. I'm sorry. Like, I understand the anger about it. I understand why everybody was angry. And trust me, there was a moment that was really cool there where I saw a bunch of politicians afraid, and that's always fun. But there's also the saying that if you hit the king, you better kill the king.
Yeah.
And, going into Nancy Pelosi's office and shuffling her papers around isn't going to do anything but get you put in fucking prison.
Yeah.
I mean, that sort of half measure, I got to be careful what I say around Susan here that's ever watching, but, either go for it or don't.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I can remember seeing Baked Alaska fucking, trying to prank call Nancy Pelosi. And I think to myself, in a couple of years, he's going to, that particular clip of him just staring into the camera with the fucking dead eyes with the fucking phone, it's going to be behind bars.
If you're going to storm the castle, then storm the castle. But these half fucking measures don't do fuck. And I know everybody wants to say that's not fair, that we're let in. And I know it's not fair. It's not fair a million fucking times. Life's not fair. Okay. It was very foolish. And you gave, all you did was give them the rope to hang you with. So yeah, it was really brave. It was really stupid is what it was. Going and breaking into Nancy Pelosi's office. I mean, Nancy Pelosi's garbage, and I don't, but again, if you hit the king, you better kill the king.
Yeah.
So
you gotta kill the king.
I mean, did you get out of there with her computer and leak files out there so you could expose her?
Well, somebody
went in there and took a bunch of selfies, and that person must have ended up getting put in a ditch because we never saw any of those files.
Well, we never did see those files, but it was apparently missing. And again, for those of you who need to know, it always could be that there was some nasty shit on her laptop, and now she could just say, I got rid of it, and it was stolen by these guys. You gave them a blank check, essentially.
But yeah, it was the whole January 6th thing was really, you all walked into a trap. I know why you were upset. I was upset too. Hey, maybe if I'd have been at the rally and the present and the opportunity would have been in front of me, maybe I'd have been just as stupid. So I'm not throwing stones. I'm not sitting here acting like I'm better, but it was stupid.
I would have.
It was stupid. Whether I would have done it or
there.
whether you, I mean, I've done a lot of stupid things. I'm going to do a lot of other stupid things. So, you know, that doesn't change the fact that it was stupid. So he's doing stuff. Well, you know, if you're trying to, what does the PPP said? If you're trying to hammer a nail into a wall with your forehead, well, yeah, I guess you're trying, but that's foolish. You're just going to hurt yourself. You're not going to get the fucking nail in there.
Yeah, unless it's like a really, really non-thick wall.
Go grab a fucking hammer and do it right.
Yeah. But going back to the podcast, like he said something that's really interesting. Apparently, I don't know if you got this far in, he accuses Medicare of being part of the New World Order.
Yeah, I heard that at one point. He's in the New World Order. And it's all
play it, Luke.
It was all so gay.
I think that's the real cringe thing, is this above it all, aloof, nihilistic mentality. Yeah, it was brave. Baked Alaska's a patriot. We tried to stop the steal, and we could have worked. It didn't, and that is sad.
You weren't
but
even
we tried.
armed.
I went.
What is this crap about, like, oh, you're being nihilistic from the guy that spent the entire debate talking about, I don't respect the law. There are no rules. I can do whatever I want to my enemies merely because I don't like them. You know, that's fucking nihilism, buddy. This guy's out here, you know, playing the fucking Welcome to the Jungle song, talking about the other guy's nihilism. You know, like, first of all, in a world of no rules, does Nick Fuentes imagine he lasts 5 minutes?
He doesn't. I'm going to give him a swirly. I give him a swirly in that world.
No rules. He's either dead or he's somebody's bitch. Like there's no other option.
He's tied to the tetherball pole. That's what's going to happen to Mr. Fuentes. And of course, he also plays the whole, well, I'm a zoomer, and you're just some cringe boomer. Like he really, really did just like really play the whole generation card.
Oh,
and you know,
he is everything wrong with Zoomers. Oh man. Oh, just what is it with these fucking Zoomers? Oh man, I hate to sound like the old guy, but it's like it's very fitting that their nickname rhymes with boomer, because they really are just as narcissistic as the boomers, except with about 3% as much testosterone.
You sure? I mean, I've like the only thing I know about Zoomers is they have really good lights, like the Zoomer lights. I don't know if you know the Zoomer lights are the freaking RGB, whatever the hell it's called, lights. Those are the only things I like about the Zoomer generation. But even then, I would argue that was really just
quoting Joker and stuff. And then at one point, and I wonder if he was kidding because it was so ridiculous, but like Nick, Medicare makes some comment about Spartacus. He makes some analogy about Spartacus, and Nick's like, "What's Spartacus?
What's Spartacus?
What's is he in the MCU? Is he in Fortnite? Like
what?"
He didn't say that. I'm making that up. But no, he's like, "What's Spartacus?" Like the Zoomer and their eternal ignorance to anything that happened before 2010 is just baffling.
I knew what Spartacus is. I mean, I fucking saw the Pepsi commercial.
I know you're young, but it's like I'm aware of things that happened before I was born.
Gameson says Zoomers never knew GeoCities. They never knew it. You're right. They never did. But like I honestly think it's this arrogance because they think that they are the ones in charge. And to be honest, they're not. They're not. And I'll tell you, Zoomers, get in line because you guys are having your 2008 now. Your guys, and it's worse. It's worse than ever. Okay.
You know what this reminds me of? You know what Nick reminds me of?
Who?
Richard Spencer after Charlottesville.
He's kind of like a mini me version of Richard Spencer, isn't he? He's like the clone that, like, I guess didn't have like testosterone and it sort of basically just shrunk, you know?
Well, it's like how X-23 is a female clone of Wolverine. Then this is just a female clone of Richard Spencer.
It's an ambiguously gay version of Richard Spencer.
It's like, oh, we just made such great change. Like, no, this was bad. It was bad optics. It was bad. Well, I mean, sucked, but yeah.
Have you guys been following a lot of the lore about America First and shit? Like,
no, I haven't.
Okay, so
please tell us.
So when I say that America First is made up of a bunch of fucking Fortnite playing pants shitting retards, I'm not exaggerating. there was a guy Dalton on there, pretty high up among this fucking band of merry men, and he does a stream where he talks about. He decides to tell the story of how he shit his pants once. Now, if I was to say, I'm going to tell you a story about how I shit my pants, you would think I'm going to tell you a story about how I had a stomach bug or how I was so drunk or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
No, this is the story of how Dalton was so enthralled by a gay ass fucking Star Wars video game that he decided to shit his pants rather than stop playing.
So you mean he literally with the Colonel with his Battlefield friends where he actually had like a shit bucket or something?
It was literally, you ever see that? And it's from some streamer, I don't know, from some autistic streamer where like the mom breaks in this classic like internet gif and it's like, you need to go to the bathroom. You're shitting your pants. No, that's literally America first. And then a bunch of his fans call in to tell their stories about how they shit their pants.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I have one for you. I have one for you. This is from Battlefield Friends. This is what I thought of when I heard that he's shitting his pants. Here you go, Luke. You play this. I mean, it's again. I've heard of that before. I've actually heard it before back in Battlefield 4. Like I know, and it was a joke. The whole purpose of it was here we go. Here we go. I'm going 30 seconds in. 30 seconds in. There we go. Right there.
Next time we'll.
Okay, yeah. Okay, how's your fourth guy? Is he good or? Yeah, not really.
Probably not there. Go to 1 minute and 10 seconds in. There you go. This is what I heard.
How you doing, sir?
Oh, doing good, man. Kill number 50.
We just started the game.
Yeah, how about you guys?
I just got out of the loadout screen. We were just a quick question, sir. How does one get to where you're at?
Prioritize.
Prioritize like what? Like what?
Do you guys have jobs?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Both wrong answers. Lose the jobs. Number 2, sex. You guys having some?
What?
Nicky.
Yeah. I mean.
Wrong answer. Sex equals minus kills. No sex plus kills.
I never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
How much sex do you have?
None. Battlefield's my pussy. You got a shit bucket?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, a shit bucket.
I don't.
I'm not sure I follow.
You go to the bathroom, you're not playing Battlefield. You're shitting in a bucket, and you're playing Battlefield.
I can't believe we didn't think of that.
Here's one. Fucking degeneracy. No, that's what I heard of it. And I thought it was just a fucking meme, but apparently people do it. So besides shitting in a bucket like a fucking animal or like it's the 1600s, because I guess we're traditional now and we reject modernity.
It's very trad.
It absolutely is very trad.
All right, Major
What else?
Stonefield
What
post-
other deep lore shit do we know about that American person nonsense?
Nick has gone on. They're all pro incel. They very much hate women, and they're like, we're all incels. We don't want to, which is weird because, you know, Beard Soy Queerly was fucking married, and Ralph the Gunt, you know, is oddly enough got 2 fucking kids with 2 different women. But the rest of these Zoomers are all like, we're all incels. We don't like women are icky, and just. God, I hate to use the term misogynist, outright fucking misogynist, legitimately fucking hate women. But
give me an example of how they hate women. Because again, that's a big claim nowadays. Because I mean, everyone's a misogynist. I'm a misogynist. I've been called a white supremacist. I've been called a fucking fascist. So
Nick has said he doesn't believe any women when they tell any story. Let's see. He's said that if he gets married, he doesn't care about finding a wife that he likes or gets along with or shares his views, because women shouldn't have views. Women just exist to make babies. He's not even interested in having sex with a woman. That's just a burden he has to do to make babies.
What, like, I know there was like this notion that the gays had to be in the closet, so like that they were always the aristocratic class. Is he going for that? Do you think? Like, you think he actually believes that shit?
I don't know what. So here's my. Medicare has a theory that Nick is just trying to build up his streaming platform and sell it, and there might be something to that. But here's my theory, because let's go back to about 2019ish, right?
You could take
Nick,
off the battlefield, friends, if you want.
Nick is doing. He's encouraging all his followers to go after like Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA and Dan Crenshaw and all these fuckers, and they're actually making some headway. They're going to these college speaking tours, and they're asking them questions that these guys can't answer. Just questions like, "Hey, why are we giving all this money to Israel? What do we get out of that?" And these fucking neocons, they can't answer these questions
because
there are no answers. There are no fucking answers to these questions.
Well, it's not. I wouldn't even say as answers to the questions so much as that they are just political activists who don't do anything. I mean, look at Ben Shapiro. Say what you will about Ben Shapiro. At least, say what you will about Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush at least ran. Ben Shapiro all he does is talk down to you and literally talk down to you. He stands on the podium and talks down to you about how wonderful conservatism is.
Well, this is the point. So you got all these kids, and they're coming from this more alternative right, dissident right standards, and they're asking Conservative Inc. questions that Conservative Inc. just can't seem to answer. And they're making a lot of headway. And they're making fools out of them, and they're making them really mad. And they're Dan Crenshaw, a sitting fucking congressman, is being made a fool of by a skinny little 19-year-old college kid, and it's fucking hilarious. And then all of a sudden that stopped. Nick just kind of stopped pushing that, and all of a sudden he started pushing like we should ban porn was his big issue at that point. Which, regardless of whether I think that's a fucking stupid idea if you believe in free speech, although in all fairness, Nick doesn't. But the point is, it's a weird okay, we're making headway on this one issue, so let's jump over to this other random kind of non-starter. But he takes it a step further at this point. He starts encouraging these guys like it's lame and it's simp shit if you're romantic with a woman or you're pursuing a woman at all. Don't bother pursuing a woman. Just be a fucking, don't. He starts encouraging his followers to be absolute losers. Like, just, don't get yourself a girlfriend. Don't work out. You don't want to be a gym bro. You just want to sit at home and play Fortnite all fucking day and I guess shit your pants. And he starts encouraging them to be the most degenerate fucking losers. Don't go build a life for yourself. Don't go fucking make a family. Don't fall in love. Don't do any of the things that give life meaning. Just sit around and shit post on the internet and play Fortnite and send money to Nick Fuentes. That's what he starts encouraging everybody to do. And my theory is that somebody with power, I don't know if it was, maybe some glow-in-the-dark agencies, maybe some foreign agencies, maybe the Russians, maybe the Chinese, maybe the Israelis.
I think
it was just somebody with some fucking money, some Conservative Inc. motherfucker with some money, the Koch brothers or something. Point is, I think somebody with some fucking money and power came up to Nick Fuentes and said, look, motherfucker, we got dirt on you a mile long. Okay, we got you munching the cat boy, dumpers. We got a million, you're done. Okay, this little stunt you're pulling is over. In fact, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna start turning your followers into the biggest fucking losers on the planet. You're gonna deball this fucking movement. Because that's what happened. Okay, again, I don't know for sure somebody approaching him, but Nick was making headway. Him and his little fucking group of idiots were making headway. And then he turns it into the most toxic, poisonous horse shit he possibly could. My theory is somebody made him do that. Somebody got to him and made him do that.
You think
he's pure evil either way? Don't get me wrong. He's always been pure evil. He's always been an authoritative little shit. Even back then when I was liking what he was doing, I always said, well, Nick's kind of sucks, but whatever. But that's my theory. Somebody came up to him and said, look, this is what you're going to do now, you little fucking queer. And he had
that's
no
what
choice
he is.
but to go along with it. And or maybe they offered him a piss pot of money and he was just happy to go along with it. I don't know. But America First as a movement 3 years ago even was not great, but it wasn't this. It wasn't this contemptible shit show.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember him being online and debating Lauren Southern, debating. I remember he was debating. Was it Patrick Casey? Not Patrick Casey. What the fuck was his name? The guy who ran for California, who was basically denying the Holocaust. What the hell is his name?
Yeah, somebody came up to him again. The list of suspects is a mile long, but somebody with money and or power came up to him and said, "Okay, this is what you're doing now," and he just said, "Yes, sir," and that's where we are now. And that's coincidentally around the time he decided to take Baked Alaska, who is almost certainly a fucking Fed, under his wing. That's right around the time when it really all went to shit. And that's my theory. Now, do I know this for a fact? Of course not. But it's as Spock once said, it's a theory that happens to fit the facts.
Oh, I think I found one of Nick Fuentes' best quotes.
Really? Let me see it. Let me see it.
Well, yeah.
All right, look, first of all, if I can speak in my own defense, all I did was tell a little joke. Second of all, women are not people. They are devices built by the Lord Jesus Christ for our entertainment.
Well, I mean, he's half right. I'll let you decide which half he's correct about.
But no, that's Nick, and it's really sad because like we all have our fun and poke fun at it, and it's great. But I was on Pastor Tom's channel this past Monday, and I'm usually on there Mondays. I won't be tomorrow, but usually on there Mondays around there. And I'm kind of co-hosting the show, helping him, get his feet under him. And I was going over some of this stuff, and I'm like, look, this is just really like, if I had a 16, 17-year-old son, I would rather come downstairs to find him at the computer looking at the world's most degenerate fucking porn
hentai
than watching fucking cozy TV. Like,
which by the way,
honest to God, I'd rather him watch a donkey show, because it's like, okay, at least that's wrong, and you're not telling yourself you're saving America by doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I talk about saving the West as a side quest. I made that as just an offhand joke, as a catchphrase. But the more I see this shit pop up, the more I'm thinking to myself, man, that's a really good phrase. It really does encapsulate what the hell is going on. I mean, even Wolfwind Prepper saying Milo admitted to talking to the feds, and the behavior after Nick spoke to Milo. The behavior changed after Nick spoke to Milo. So I actually wouldn't be surprised that, Milo found out that fucking Nick was a fag or whatever you want to call him. I personally think I think he's into BDSM. That's what I believe. I think this guy is into some degenerate shit, and he's the type of guy who will sexually assault someone and then do it as like a joke and say, "What are you talking about? Oh, she's just talking shit." Like, because I've talked about how a lot of these feminist false flag people, they oftentimes, or false rape accusation people, they give people like fucking Fuentes and these degenerates a free hall pass, because no one's gonna believe the feminists when they say, "Oh, he raped me." No one's gonna believe them. No one's gonna believe them. So it's really disconcerting to me. But then, of course, one of the things I remember that people talked about is the cozy TV, because I didn't realize cozy TV was a thing until a couple days ago. But something that Worski brought up. He brought up the concept that that Cozy TV might very well be logging the IP addresses of people, and that they could change how many people are actually watching on the back end.
Oh yeah, they can, and almost certainly. In fact, it's so easy to buy. Like, you could literally just if I was watching this stream on Cozy TV, I could just start opening it in multiple tabs, and those would count as multiple views. Like, that's a fact with Cozy TV. Now the backlog. Now going in the backlog and just changing the numbers point blank. I don't know for sure that they're doing that, but they easily could be. And I don't buy for a second, the idea that they wouldn't. So they probably are. I get, because Nick Fuentes will supposedly have 6,000 viewers in a night on his show and make $50.
So okay, so I gotta ask.
So that just does, I mean, even though his audience skews young, I know that. But you got to imagine even more of his fucking 13-year-old fans than that would be able to find their mom's credit card.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no way you have 6,000 viewers.
Okay.
You make 50. You make, I mean, it's $1 minimum for a fucking donation.
And they're running this from they're running this from their own basement, right? I assume
out of 6,000 fucking people, only only a maximum of 50 of them sent you money? That's ridiculous.
Well,
that doesn't happen.
No. He has 6,000 people, and if he's running this out of this, like, I don't know where the servers of Cozy TV would be, right? But I'd imagine if he had 6,000 people watching, that's a lot of fucking bandwidth that's being eaten up, gobbled up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's bad. The stream was having a little bit of issues last night with the bandwidth from the Medicare thing, so I don't believe his numbers are legitimate. I just don't buy it.
He could be DDoS technically. If he's running out of, if he doesn't have multiple connections to the network, to like the internet, like if he doesn't have like multiple ISPs, he's gonna get DDoS by his ISP. I know that's how that works. Because unless he has like a load balancing program, which I don't think they do because they're just starting off, it's almost certain that 6,000 people would definitely bring down the site. Because if so many people are accessing the resources and you only have one server hosting said resources, you're gonna down that fucking site because it can't be handled. You know, Gameson says P2P needs seeds, right? I don't know what P2P is. I guess it does. I guess people need to seed. I don't know what the technology is being used, but a lot of fishy shit's been around with not medical.
Yeah, I don't buy his numbers. I do not buy them at all, especially on an alternative platform. I just simply do not buy that Cozy has those kind of numbers, because every one of these guys, they're top guys, Ralph, Beard Soy, fucking Nick, all of them every fucking night are complaining they're not getting enough money. You know, that 9-hour stream that the Kino guys did. Now, yeah, okay, it's on YouTube, but it's, you know, they had numbers through the roof and they made close to 10K. Now, okay, one of that was because somebody who donates to him apparently has massively deep pockets and sent them multiple $1,000 fucking super chats. All right, fine. Take that guy out of the equation, and they still made like over $2,000 just on the regular size super chats. So even if you take the one big whale of a pay piggy out, they're still raking in the dough. You know, look at what Medicare rakes in a stream, and most of those are like, you know, the big ones are $100, but most of those are like $2 fucking donations, and he's raking in stupid amounts of money. I would have a stream where I'd have like 50 people watching me, and I'd make like $30. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's
like
no
beer
way
money.
You make $50 with 6,000 people. Like you should have so many donations coming in. You got to spend like an hour at the end reading them all, like Medicare does,
or at least have another stream later on that week, just going through the super chats, just reading.
No,
off.
you can't. There's no way you have that low, unless it's just 6,000 people that fucking hate him. But even that, I don't buy it. He doesn't have that kind of views. He wasn't even really that. He didn't do about 6,000, I think, when he was on YouTube back in his heyday. I really don't think he was. I could be wrong on that, but I don't recall him doing like 6,000 fucking.
Is it possible to join Cozy TV? Is it possible to join that platform? Can I sign up for it? Is it possible?
I think you have to suck a lot of dick and pump a lot of dumpers, but I guess.
Okay, well then, because if it's not open to the public, yeah, then you'd almost.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know, you know, if you have to pump Nick in the dumper or let him pump you in the dumper. I'm not sure what the. I don't believe just anybody can. I don't think it's like YouTube where you just, you know, register an account. I think somebody has to approve you, but I'm not 100% on that because
apparently you need to have a Telegram account, which again, even then, I don't trust that shit.
Yeah, I don't have a Telegram account either
because you're a boomer.
Well, the worst of these I have is Gab, and I don't even use Gab anymore. Like a couple years ago, I said Gab is gay, and I stopped using my account.
Gameson says, "Do you know the tale of Xenogears, specifically Carlin? I don't. Do you know that?
It's not a tale of Jedi, I would tell you.
Okay, then tell us.
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what it is.
When Matt began talking about how he just wanted to be with God to those choirs, it gave Krillin vibes. Are you what Krillin like from DBZ? Like I don't know anything about Xenogears. I don't know anything about this.
I don't know about anything about Dragon Ball Z other than it has the worst pacing I've ever seen in any work of fiction ever.
It can be. I mean, it kind of has, but Going back to the stream, Luke, I wanted to show something in it because I've talked about how this was going to become a talking point from the dissident people. Let's just say, not necessarily on the right. I think it would be more on the right simply because you have communists who will gladly suck Soros' cock. But you're gonna see Medicare basically be called a neoliberal shill and part of the New World Order.
I mean, in all fairness, Nick would suck Soros' cock too, but that's just because it's a cock.
Yeah, he'd have the cock shock.
It's like the old Diet Coke commercial, just for the taste of it.
He'll make 7-Up his, or yours, and mine. Pull up the clip, Luke, of the Kino Casino, the poll screen if you can.
Yeah, where was it again?
It was at 1 hour and 40 minutes in.
Oh yeah, 40 right there.
Yep. I wanted to play this because it's very interesting to me because to me, Nick just deflects. He deflects the entire time. Every time he says, "Oh, it's okay when I do it. It's okay when I do it." This to me is the first nail into the coffin that is Nick Fuentes. Besides him being a fucking closet fag, which by the way, nothing wrong with being gay, unless of course you're a traditionalist Catholic. Which this guy again, the casino people are saying you should be moral fagging. Like, why can't we swap Nick Fuentes with the distributists or Pastor Tom even? I would gladly, elect Pastor Tom or distributists to be part of the Groypers.
Well, Pastor Tom is an actual pastor at a church, and he has a daughter. So, I mean, he's done more to save the white race than the Mexican child leader of the white race who's encouraging men to get their dumpers pumped.
In fairness, Mexican is a nationality. He's an American. Whether he's Spanish or not, that's something that I would argue is up to debate. Play it, Luke.
And so Stop the Steal was that was an unprecedented thing in history because the integrity of the election was being challenged, and you see the consequences now. I could have been one of the people in the Capitol. Thank God that I was in the group that
guys, says the guy who said rules don't matter.
Yeah, again,
Joe Biden stole the election. Shouldn't that be based in red pilled, Nick?
I think it should be based in red pilled. And to be honest with you, I hate to say this, but say what you will about Trump memes. Biden's the most memeable motherfucker out there. I mean, the guy literally was standing with his fists out, like he was going to have a jetpack or something at a debate, and then he was talking to someone who wasn't fucking there. Shit,
he stole it. He stole it, Nick. He DMCA'd the election.
He DDoSed the fucking polls, buddy.
Wasn't sort of thrust in there because some people got there early and some people, there were a lot of reasons why some people wound up there. Thank God that I wasn't. But yeah, it does take real bravery to stand up to that. And I got subpoenaed by the government and I got put on no-fly list, and I'm probably under surveillance by the government, I'm sure, and so on, because I stick my neck out there because I stand for what I believe in. And so you can say, oh, because you're not courageous or something. Well, I mean, that's a lot of talk coming from a guy that, as you said, you're an internet guy and you don't even care about your internet legacy. You have no.
I know, but you're the brave guy out there. So you kind of just, you stopped at the finish line.
Your internet legacy.
What the fuck is the internet legacy? Again, the only internet legacy I'm actually hoping to have is that I basically show up on Medicare at some point. Or not even Medicare, but some guy from that guy at the classes, and they basically hand me my ass. That's my internet legacy. Now this guy, this suave dashing rogue, he has a legacy. Everyone has a legacy.
Even he doesn't. Nobody remembers fucking Arini. Arini made a giant fucking ass of himself before even I fucking had my feud with him. Nobody fucking remembers. Go on Twitter right now and search his name. You will find occasionally he's tweeting. There is a fucking random account that uses the name Terry A. Davis Arini as a joke name. And it doesn't even talk about Davis. It's just a random, joke name they used. And then occasionally you'll find a leftist, be yeah, remember that gay guy with the skulls? And that's it.
How many skulls?
That's the entirety of anybody fucking remembering him, because nobody fucking remembers shit on the internet.
This is the guy. I was trying to think of what the host or whatever it was. I guess his name's Michael. This guy reminds me. He looks like a Final Fantasy character, like a Final Fantasy cosplay. Here you go, Luke. Play this up. I think the guy's name is Reno, I guess, from Final Fantasy. I don't know who Reno is.
Sure I fucking take a lot of pictures of himself. I'm trying to be nice right now to him because I feel bad for Davis. I really do. I've honestly reached the stage where like I even tried to like message him recently on like email, and I was like, "Look, dude, you know," because I kind of hate the fact that there's just a guy out there that just is sitting around talking about how I ruined his life. And it's just kind of unsettling. So I was like, "Look, dude, if you ever actually want to talk, like I don't have you blocked on anything." He was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "All right, whatever, dude. One day he'll grow up, I hope."
Is America First the new Dak at the glasses? I don't know. I'm looking. I've always
gayer. It's even gayer. But no, I'm trying to be nice to Davis, but I got to say, like, what is with these pictures, man? What are you doing?
Why is he posting on Facebook? I mean, most of the stuff is from his Facebook. And again, he looks good. I mean, I won't bash him for being dapper, but don't fucking give out your name to fucking stop giving Zuckerberg. Stop feeding the Zuck, okay?
I don't know, man. I guess I'm not big brain, but I don't understand a quote unquote heterosexual man being this obsessed with fashion. Like, I have t-shirt and jeans. That's what I wear like 99% of the time because I'm a fucking heterosexual that works for a living.
Yeah, you have a working class get up, right? You have
I have nice t-shirts on the weekend, and then I have work t-shirts, and then eventually the nice t-shirts get a stain or a hole in them, and they become work t-shirts. I own 3 pairs of shoes: nice sneakers, work boots, and eventually the nice sneakers become the work sneakers. You buy new nice sneakers, and the old work sneakers go in the trash. Like, that's the circle of life for the sneakers. But that's it. Like, I have some nice collared button-up shirts of them, for going to church or something. That's about the fuck it. And I don't understand guys who are like, oh, look, I'm taking. I don't understand buying like a weird Joker suit and taking a fucking picture on the internet with your Nick Fuentes port. I don't get it. I don't get what you're doing there. I don't understand guys who take a lot of pictures of themselves. It all seems a little fruity.
It's the Bashonen. It's like, you have to remember, the Zoomers grew up with basically everything being anime. I mean, all the Zoomer women, and I've seen this myself, they're all obsessed with anime. Everything is Japanese. So, I've talked about how everybody, all the millennials loved the Bashonen archetype, the feminine, girly man, Griffith. I'm trying to think of another example of a girly man. I want to say Sasuke, but even then, I don't know enough about Naruto to make that claim.
I don't know, man. I'm an old millennial, so I'm kind of on that edge of fucking Gen X. And back in my day, women liked a guy that was fun to be around and could give him a good deep dick. And
yeah,
I don't know what the rest of this is.
Honestly, it's all Chinese to me. And no, that's not an insult to the Chinese. It literally is. I don't know anything about it. I mean, my view to the world is me and Luke were watching cartoons on freaking Thursdays, and we watch like the newest, latest crap out there, and that's about it. But even then,
back to Fuentes,
we gotta get back to Fuentes because we gotta keep going.
What an evil little queer! I know I said this before, but like, there's no way you can watch that stream or that debate and not be like, this. It's like, thank God Fuentes is never going to have any real power.
Yeah.
Like, he joked, oh, I'm Hitler 2, 3, and 4. And it's like,
no, you're not.
You really would be. Like, he has the mentality of like a supervillain right before the lab accident. Like, it's just this bitter, like, I'll show the world. I'll show those people that laughed at me in the 7th grade. And
fucking
it's like,
Mo Sizlak.
How did you not get over that shit? Like, the amount of dissident right motherfuckers out there that are still fucking mad about getting picked on in the 7th grade is just through the fucking roof.
There was a movie I watched with my friend. The film was called 21 Jump Street, and apparently it was like based off of a fucking TV show in the 90s and 80s. And there's a part where I think it's Zach Galifianakis going back to high school in like his mid-20s, and he basically owns it because he knows that everyone's fucking fake. Like, I've gone to that point where I've realized everybody's fucking fake in high school. But now as an adult, I mean, I've gone past that. None of it does. Gameson says, but the Berserk Eclipse is basically, I am your father for millennials and Zoomers. Yes.
I had a weird life hack looking back, and I don't know how it happened to me. I stopped giving a fuck about high school partway through it. Like, at all. Like, I had my best friend. I had my girl. I had a few other people I was friendly with. I didn't give a fuck after that. Like, I didn't go to any fucking dances. I didn't buy the class ring. I didn't buy yearbooks. I didn't even go to my graduation ceremony. I went into the fucking principal's office that day and said, just give me the damn diploma. Let me be on my way. Like, I didn't show up for half of my senior year. I don't know why they even let me graduate. I just wasn't going to argue with them about it. And I just didn't care. I reached a certain point where it's like, I'm getting my dick wet. I'm hanging out with my friend. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I got my best friend. I got my girl. What the fuck else do I need? And there's a lot of people that just, most people, like a year after high school, realize it didn't matter. I was lucky enough to realize partway through.
I mean,
but there's a lot of people that they're like fucking 40 and are still hung up about it.
I mean, it took me, I'd say probably until I was like 23 to not give a fuck about high school. And the reason why was because, again, I stayed in the same town as the people who I went to high school with. Combine that with the fact that I tried to go to college with the people I went to high school with. So there was just that sort of same mentality that I had. But
I don't know, man. I stayed in touch with my girl for a long time after that. I'm no longer in touch with her. That is a relationship that is no longer a thing. But I'm still in touch with my best friend from there. But it was like I was in touch with 2 people out of high school, and now it's just down to 1, which is probably a lifetime thing. Him and I are like brothers. But beyond that, it's like I didn't give a fuck about any of you people.
Yeah, I mean,
I purposely avoided getting my picture taken in the yearbook. My senior year and junior is the year right before it. I was getting sophomore and junior mixed up for a second. Senior and junior year, like literally, like I'd be in class and they'd be like, the teacher would be like, "Oh, you're supposed to go get your picture taken." I'd be like, "Oh, cool," and I just go walk around the school for a little bit and come back and sit down and be like, "Yeah, taken care of." And this happened in like 3 or 4 different days and like 3 or 4 different classes till they stopped fucking calling me. So this last 2 years, it just says photo unavailable. I don't care. There's no quote. There's no photo. I don't give a fuck about any of these people.
Right. Again, most of the people, again, I think Aaron Clare said it best, is that fucking school is a prison. It really is. You know, even your parents can't take you out of it without them taking time out of their day to train you so that way you could pass the high school exit exam. And even then, the high school exit exam doesn't really teach you anything of value. Yes, you learn algebra. Woohoo. Can you apply algebra? Can you do applied mathematics? And they don't even get into applied mathematics until you're in fucking college. And even then, like, why don't you just teach it all at once? Stop, breaking it out every so many freaking years to the point where I forget my freaking multiplication tables.
If there was somebody right now listening that was in high school, I'd tell them, unless you're planning on going to college. And if you are, it better be for something fucking not stupid. But if you're not planning on going to college, fucking go take the test, get your GED, move on with your life the minute you are legally allowed to.
Well, it's not even the GED. Like, it used to be, only idiots get GEDs. I've literally never been asked if I graduated high school.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, honestly, like, I knew somebody one time who, like, wanted to get their GED because they wanted to get a certain job, right? This was shortly out of high school. And he was like, I want to get that manager. It was like at a restaurant. He was like, I want to get that manager job, so I got to go get my GED. And the next time I saw him, I was like, so did you get your GED? Because he was like a manager there. And he kind of was like, nah, I just told him I did. I like didn't check. I just said I did. And like nobody checked.
Which cared. Which to me is really interesting, because how would you check? How would you even go about, I know there's college accreditation bureaus out there.
Well, this was just for GED. This was just for, but like, I remember one job I was working at that did security printing, and they actually ran a background check on me. And for some reason, the background check couldn't find my high school diploma, right?
Yeah.
So I had to go back to my high school to like find out where their records were stored and get a copy, which, that was weird enough as it is. But before I even got a copy sent to me, they were like, oh, it was just a clerical error. We found it. But like, that's the only time that anybody ever checked. Like, I know most jobs like say you have to be a high school graduate, but like, that's just because they're trying to weed out the absolute retards. They're not going to check. Nobody's calling up principals, especially if it was like years ago. Like I'm 39 years old. You think anybody's like calling up? Did this guy graduate 20 years ago? And the principal's like,
no one cares.
I'm 29 years old. I don't know. You think I was here? Like,
yeah, no, I went back and got my diploma just to fucking have it. But even then, I mean, I went there and got all my grades because I wanted to go into college. But even then, it doesn't matter. No one cares. We're at a point where we're in a we really are in a shaky situation here, like culturally. But I want to get back to this Fuentes thing because it's going to get interesting really quick here. Keep going.
Fine. Didn't really cross it.
Not really, because you could see what was going to happen there. It was clear that that wasn't going to end well. At least it was apparent to me.
Oh.
But yeah, so you could say, oh, you're not courageous, but you're a guy. Well, you don't even have your face on this stream, so you really have no right to say that. And that's really that's how this whole thing started.
It's just the fucking internet, and I just
but it's the internet. It's the internet. I know. You're fucking Gen X.
I know you put so much stock in internet legacy. Yeah, I got you.
No. Because
by the way, this should also be stated. Zoomers are actually one of the only people who embrace the generational bullshit. Millennials are like, get the fuck away from us. We just want to be left alone. And same thing with Gen X to a certain degree. But I have seen these Zoomers embrace the fucking label. Like, they embrace the fucking label of the generations. And it really is bullshit to me.
Millennials and Gen Xers kind of bicker a little bit with one another. Because let's be real, the younger millennials in particular are kind of fucking gay.
Yeah.
And so the Gen Xers will sit around like, yeah, well, we played with lawn darts and I smoked cigarettes when I was 12. We were cooler than you. And there'll be a little bit of that bickering, but really, it's the boomers we fucking hate. Those are the ones who are like, no, fuck them. But the Zoomers, again, it is that boomer arrogance, like where it's this. I saw a little bit of that kind of ignorance too, and I'd have like my stream, I'd have people call in, and it'd be like, some Zoomer is so excited about superheroes. He wants to talk to me about superhero movies, and we're talking about like the one Spider-Man movie had come out with Michael Keaton in it, and he's like, and he didn't know that Michael Keaton had played Batman before, and I'm like, how do you not know that? Like, you're into this shit. How do you don't you, and it's like, well, that was years before his time. You can't be like, I'm familiar with the fact that Adam West played Batman 20 years before I was born. Like, how do you not know that? How do you?
It's like they don't have an appreciation for the old things. Like I grew up. Let me say this for the Zoomers in the audience. I grew up in the time when vaporwave was a thing. Like, I can remember when hand drawn anime was a thing. I grew up with that crap. Ryoko's best girl.
Around like, oh, you're old. You're old. Look at your old style from 2015. And I realized that 2015 your balls hadn't dropped yet, but that's not that long ago to people that are adults.
One of the things you could just say to shut down the Zoomer question immediately with the male Zoomers is say, "I fucked your woman," and I could actually take her out for something that's actually quite nice. You have that ability to do that. Gameson says, remember underwater Alex Jones yelling NJF when take a bullet for, I don't know who the hell that is. A Thopper? I don't know who that is. Keep playing, Luke.
A nihilistic attitude about the whole thing. It's the internet. Who fucking cares? But when a DFCA
here's
play
Nick
comes
Fuentes
down,
upset that a YouTuber doesn't care enough. Okay.
I'm not upset. I think that just makes you, like I said earlier, the biggest faggot here because you don't care and you should care. Everybody should care more, actually. And honestly, I get. Yeah, I think people should
Nick,
care. I care about good content.
Faggot than you. Okay, Nick. All right, look, I can go down to the glory hole and suck 50 dicks right now, and that would not make me a bigger faggot than Nick Fuentes. Fucking Milo isn't as much of a faggot as you. Okay?
I am waiting to see the sex tape release between Milo, Richard Spencer, and fucking Nick Fuentes. I really do think it might exist. I mean, why they have the 70s porn stash? Like,
Nick Fuentes could walk into a room of a guy getting gangbanged by 50 dudes, and that guy would take a dick out of his mouth to look at Fuentes and call him a fag.
A faggoty fag. Fed.
Get out of here, fag. You're ruining the mood.
Such a drama queen, I swear.
Did you see the part? I don't know if it's before or after this, where like the host says to Medicare, like, "Why do you think Nick is gay?" And Medicare just laughs and like, "Are you fucking serious?" And he's like, no, I wanted to answer. And he just proceeds to give like a 5-minute explanation for how you're retarded if you think Nick is straight.
No, I mean, he has the porn stash. He thinks women are icky. Gameson, I don't know what happened to your I don't want to bash you here, but like, did you break your keyboard, or is it just like, I don't want to bash you, man, but I can't figure out what you're referencing. I don't know if it's like if you're doing leet or something, but I don't know what Thimperith, what is this, Cthulhu? I don't want to bash you, man, but I can't tell I don't know what you're talking about, but you got the porn stash, you got the 70s porn stash, I should say. The fact that he doesn't like women, the fact that he's overtly misogynistic to the point where he is going out of his fucking way. I mean, Destiny was going to get on this stream. I wanted to see Destiny. You know, Destiny's actually growing on me. I actually like him a lot. So I'd probably get along with him a hell of a lot more than most. But, you know, even Destiny, I would love to see Destiny just rip into him. But, you know, just keep playing.
I care about internet freedom. I care about the country. I care about these things.
You don't care about internet freedom.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You flag people down because they upset you. You don't give a shit about internet freedom.
Which is
Porcelain
the result
annoys
of the
you.
system that we have. Which is the result of the system we have. Which is the result of the system that we have. You know, and people can sit there and say that, but I'm banned from
you're a prisoner to the system, right?
Yes, we all are.
Yeah. It's the government that flag people because they're annoying.
They're not making me. But if I'm banned from everything, there's not a level playing field.
I see. So if you get fucked with, everybody should be getting fucked with.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that means the rules are different. It's very easy to talk about internet freedom when you're on YouTube and you're on Patreon, you're on Twitter, and you're on all that, and you're talking shit about other people.
I'm not on Patreon.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about anybody for that matter. It's very easy for people that have access to all the platforms to gripe about, a DMCA claim. DMCA claim. They DMCA'd my fucking right to fly on a plane.
Sounds like fucking sour grapes. Sounds like you're mad that people have access to shit you don't, and now you want them to suffer because you do.
No, they want me to feel bad about them, and I don't feel bad about them. That's not sour grapes.
How do you know they want you to feel something? Like again, there's so much psychic reading coming off of fucking Nick. I'm surprised that he isn't a fucking dirt worshipping heathen. Like he just keeps bashing fucking Medicare, and he keeps bashing fucking anyone who disagrees with him. And I'll just be frank, I'm waiting for him to just come out as gay. I'm waiting for his shit, mate. Keep going, Luke.
You're bitter and angry that they're not fucked over.
This is just the reality. No, it's the reality of the internet ecosystem. It's not about making them feel anything. It's just about if you're going to go on the internet and you're going to spread lies and rumors and everything, and you're
how do you know they're lies?
Platform access, because I'm the person, I'm the constituent, I'm the subject of a lot of the drama. I'm the subject of a lot of the streams. That's how, because I'm the one involved in it.
This isn't a continuation of Flamenco and Ralph and the rape allegation.
We're talking generally now. We're talking generally now. We're talking about. Okay. We're talking generally because you said I don't believe in internet freedom, and you said, oh well, you strike down people that lie about you. So yeah, so now we are actually.
I didn't say lie. I said make fun of
that preamble. Okay, whatever. But it's
not. Make fun of you.
Okay, but that's just it. It's not making fun. When Porcelain goes out there and says Nick is a coward, that's not making fun.
True
statement. Porcelain, whatever. When Porcelain goes out there and says makes claims when he doxes Bake Alaska's parents, that's not making fun, is it? Would you say that doxing somebody's
parents, or is it just he doxed him as a
I don't know. Dox him. It was in a news article that Porcelain was talking about.
So it was in the comments then.
Somebody else doxed him, if you want to be technical, and then Porcelain was talking about it. Okay, and they just decided, well, Porcelain did it because we don't like Porcelain. Again, it's just somebody hurt Nick's feelings, so he's going to go after him.
I kind of want to.
That's all it is.
Okay, just keep going, Luke. We gotta get through this.
Prince is like just jokes, bro. Would you say that?
Can you show me?
I don't have it in front of me, but it's in there.
I mean, how did he dox him?
Porcelain admitted to it because somebody said, "Oh, Porcelain, you doxed Baked Alaska's parents," and he's like, "Well, technically, I didn't dox him. I just showed a published article in my video with Baked Alaska's parents' identities in it."
But that's not doxing. A published
article on the.
Like, we need to get a proper definition of what actually doxing consists of, because I always thought doxing was leaking information that was not known to the public, stuff that was not it was personal private data that was open and accessible. Like I showed Brittany Pettibone's father on this stream before, but that's only because he was featured in her Instagram, but also had his LinkedIn profile out there, and I basically used it as an example to show. She's not poor and hard up for cash. She comes from money. I mean, the guy's a fucking CFO for freaking one of these tech companies in Silicon Valley. But at the same freaking time, that was all open source information. Now, the real question here is, again, what constitutes doxing? If it's mentioned in an article, does that mean that it's doxing? Like, they did the same thing, I believe. Like, what was it? Like this last week, CNN doxed someone, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Libs of TikTok?
Yeah, libs of TikTok. That actually is doxing, because that information of who they were was hidden behind a username. Like, that's actual that's actual doxing. Like, if you have it in like King of Pole, I don't know his real name, but I'd imagine if he was published, like let's say he was a criminal and we found out who he was, and this is not even BuzzFeed. Let's say the Gray Lady, the New York Times decided to say, this is the guy, that's his name. It's in the public record. It's for public consumption.
If I talk about like the news story on CNN about libs of TikTok, and I'm like, and I don't know even the person's name, but it's like, if I'm like, yeah, the CNN said that this person is such and such, I'm not actually doxing them because it's already out there. Maybe you can argue that maybe I shouldn't be, further spreading it or something, fine. But that's not the same thing as doxing.
Which, if he doxed him, sue him. Literally, there are real laws out there where you could actually sue someone for doxing. It's illegal. So if Porcelain, I guess the guy's name is, if he doxed them, sue him. You don't need to freaking, this isn't rocket science. Just lawyer up, fucking do it under the table, or not online. Don't say I'm gonna sue Porcelain. Just fucking go after him. Just do it and just say, oh, I've been served. Okay. And then you'll find out later on who did it. Well, Nick Fuentes did it, or whomever it might be. What the hell is this, Luke?
It's Porcelain's take on Arini.
I remember that.
I don't know who Porcelain is.
Oh, you don't?
Porcelain does a lot of cool docs.
I will take a look into it.
Will, a bold men's rights activist and swashbuckling white nationalist on paper, writing a 2,000-word dissertation on how somebody on the internet was too mean to him. Now place him at around 40 years old, hand him a clanky glass of grown-up liquor, and watch as he effeminately nurses sips during tirades of brain-dead racial commentary. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present the amazing Arini. Davis M.J. Arini, a post-up embodiment of Howie Mandel, gained widespread indifference due to his bumbling role in the Anita Sarkeesian flop, The Sarkeesian Effect. You can, of course, find out more about that particular train wreck in the acclaimed documentary, The Sargonian Effect. The project had the appearance of an all-out scam, with Arini pocketing tens of thousands of dollars in exchange for a handful of poorly recorded Thunderfoots interviews, and with those funds likely going towards pirate costumes and crates of cigarettes, as opposed to improving the production quality of his glorified high school project. It's surprising to see this man once again rear his hairless dome. Everything about this man oozes a sort of adolescent sleaze, his cigarette swaying between shallow drags, the jingling of ice against a glass he never seems to drink from, the fake skull he bizarrely names MacArthur showing just how dark and complicated this man is. The utter stench of Try Hard Factory is almost incapacitating.
There's one particular line that I really want to find where he says, like, he basically mocks him and says, you dress like a pedophile.
Wow. Well, that's enough. We'll say that.
I disavow.
We're not here to bash Arini, although we are going to go after. I'll just say it right now before we continue. I think
here it is. I found it.
Okay.
To me, as your self-identification as some sort of pussy-slaying samurai. You're a fedora with a sword, and you dress like a pedophile. But
that's just
anywho, back to Fuentes.
Look, Davis is a sensitive boy. All right, and he doesn't want you going after him like that. He's very sensitive.
The internet from a news source?
Yeah.
That's not.
And so he can say, well, I didn't technically dox. But isn't
that the same excuse Ralph gave? That's the same thing.
I'm not talking about Ralph right now.
Oh, I know. I just want your condemnation of Porcelain is applicable to Ralph. I just want to clear that up.
See, that's just it. And this is where people are all getting confused. I'm not condemning him for it. I'm saying you can't go out and say it's just laughs when that's the kind of you're saying. Oh, you're just thin-skinned and can't take laughs.
Literally can,
but it's not
for
laughs.
me it is laughs.
Okay, well that's you. But Flamenco was the one that was DMCA'd, and Porcelain is the one that was reported. And what Porcelain's putting out there isn't just for the lulls. He's putting out doxes.
Nick, it's
wait, no. But will you engage with
I'm confused. I'm getting. Yeah, I am going to. I will absolutely engage with that.
Terrified, and you're just furious.
I will engage with
it. You're sputtering. Okay, then go ahead, engage with it. Is a dox just lulls?
As we're talking about Baked Alaska, and we first started talking about him, and we first started talking about why did you want to get rid of Porcelain? More and more information you just keep letting out. First, it was he was annoying. And then I said, oh, it's because he has a documentary on his channel. And you said, no, that's not it. And now you're saying, well, he doxed Bake's parents and that shit. So it seems like you're a little bit fucking mad, want a little revenge, but you just can't fucking say it.
Okay. So anyway, Is it just lulz if somebody doxes somebody's parents?
I would not dox somebody's parents.
Oh, answer the question though. Is that just for the lulz? Doxing somebody's parents, is that just lulz? Yes or no? Simple question.
In what form did he dox them? Give me some context.
Why is it so hard for you? Why is it so hard for you?
Please define.
I'm asking,
terms.
what's the context? How did he?
No, like, please define your terms. Like, that's ultimately what needs to happen. Like, again, I would not consider somebody who had their information leaked by, let's say, the New York Times or what have you, to be considered a dox. I would not consider that. It's already out there. Granted, it's fucked up, and I think that the person who leaked that information, whether it was willful or whether it was against their will and consent, that's neither here nor there. That should be looked into. But again, I don't think Porcelain doxed them based on the data that I have.
And also, why is this always a thing with Jim? Everybody calls... People used to do this to me a little bit, so this is why I noticed it. Everybody wants to have Jim on and be like, okay, Jim, let's talk about the behavior of this guy who you were on a stream with. Like, they're sitting there like, oh, well, Porcelain did this thing, and Flamenco did this thing, and Gator did this thing, and PPP did this thing. And at one point, Jim's like, well, then why don't you talk to them?
Yeah, I mean, isn't it
like Jim's position is doxing and DMCAs are gay. That's his position. His position is that regardless of who's doing it, it's gay to DMCA somebody because they're making fun of you.
Yeah.
That's his position. And Nick wants to be like, well, the other guys, they did it too. And, it's like, how come they're the only ones whining about rules? We don't whine about rules. It's like, none of that is Jim's fucking position. Jim's position is, oh, you DMCA'd somebody because they made fun of you? That's really queer. That's Jim's position.
Well, it's very odd, isn't it? I mean,
which is a very good position. I used to deal with some of this shit sometimes. It would be like, Beckloff, Matt Forney said a thing I don't like. And I'm like, would you like me to help you get in touch with Matt Forney then?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
If I retweet somebody and you could start fucking with me because I retweeted the guy, go after the guy I'm retweeting. It's
there's a guy named Liam Gray who was like involved in Comicsgate and shit, and I told him he shouldn't do it. I'm friendly with the guy online. I like the guy, but he was apparently, I don't know all the details, he was apparently copyright striking somebody because they did a bad review on his thing. But he's claiming that they weren't using his material in fair use, that they put his whole material out there and not enough. I don't know. He's claiming it's justified. I don't know. But the point is, I went on a stream one time and I was like, okay, what are you doing, dude? Like, everybody's coming up to me and being like, he's doing this stuff. And it's like, what do you want me to do about it? Like, I'm supposed to, like, tell him no? Like, I'm his fucking daddy? Like,
There's a certain point where it's out of your hands. I mean,
people come up to you and they want to be like, well, you have to avow or disavow what so-and-so said. And
no, you don't.
It's all so fucking gay. It's like, oh, you don't like what so-and-so said? Well, go fucking yell at him.
Yeah.
I've said enough dumb shit. Surely you can find some of that and yell at me about that. But no, you got to come up to me about what somebody else did. And it's fucking gay. And it's even gayer with Jim, who has made a fucking point for many a year of none of these people are my friends. They're just people I go on streams with and laugh with sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's even gay. It's gay enough to want me to answer for my friends, but somebody that I'm not even calling a friend is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's this desire for order in a land that there is no order. I mean, the internet is like, they want to have the Wild West, but they also want to have it whenever it's convenient for them. And that's something you got to realize with Fuentes in this fucking stream is he literally is a hypocrite. He'll dox you.
He's all about he's the trad fucking Catholic, and he's all about all this shit. He's all about rules, and he's all about fucking authoritarianism. And then he's going to tell you, oh, there are no rules.
Yeah. Yep. Play it, Luke.
You're saying he doxed them by putting an article up that was already public?
Well, let's just say hypothetically, is doxing somebody's parents just a joke, or is that not a joke? Yes or no? Simple question.
I would not do that. No,
that's not an answer. That's not an answer, though.
I just fucking followed it up. I said I would not do that. No, I wouldn't think that was funny.
Okay. So, see, now we're getting somewhere. We're not talking about
we're
people.
not, because you're not answering my question. How exactly did he dox them, though? If it's already out there in a fucking news source, you're acting like he went digging for it, right? Like he hired a private investigator to find out Bake's parents and put it out there and nobody knew? Or are we talking a CNN article? What are we talking about, Nick?
He put an article.
Was this Baked Alaska? Okay.
He put an article in. This is what he says. This is from his own Twitter. He says that, a dox isn't when you put a published article with Baked Alaska's identity, is the parent's identity in the article. That's in the stream. And so again, you're sitting there saying, oh, well, the reason that they're using these tactics is because they're thin-skinned and they're reporting people who make fun of them. Well, you just said that doxing someone's parents isn't just making fun of somebody. And again, and by the way,
I said, no, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't think it was just
You
funny,
said, no,
but
it's
maybe
not
they
for the
do.
lulz. Okay, so you evaded the question. You completely evaded the question. Okay.
You
so you're
asked
just
me my
full of shit.
personal
Oh, you're just
subjective.
full
You
of shit.
asked me my personal subjective opinion, and I gave you an answer.
Going
Unlike you, who will dance around it and try to pretend like you didn't want to get porcelain back for going after Baked Alaska.
We all see.
I really like how it keeps. I like how it keeps.
I like
going
how
with
you can't answer.
No, porcelain's just annoying. Well, maybe he did a video on my friend. Well, he went after his.
Now you're
parents.
floundering. Now you're floundering.
Why can't you just be honest, Nick?
Now you're floundering.
Why can't you just be honest, Nick?
I am honest. You're not. See, I'm an honest person. Yeah, I am. I wear my heart on my sleeve. You
No,
don't.
you're not. And I'll just say it right now, guys. I'll say this right now. I want Nick Fuentes excommunicado. Like the stuff that he is doing, the disingenuous crap, the might is right. Oh, it's okay when we do it. Shit, that's not Catholic.
Is he even officially a Catholic? I'm going to throw out a little I guess not tinfoil, but my theory. Like, anybody can sit online and say they're fucking Catholic. Nobody's fucking policing that. Now, yeah, if you're officially joining the Catholic Church, but like, I could just go to a Catholic church. I could just like say I'm Catholic, and nobody's going to care enough to fucking stop me. So, I mean, he said he went to an Easter mass, but he never talks about going to mass.
Eastern mass?
Eastern. And like, he never talks about going to mass other than that. He's never like taken a picture of himself at mass, which this little queer loves to take fucking selfies all the time. So that's kind of surprising. Again, there's more video evidence of him on dates with dudes than being at church. So I don't believe for a minute this kid goes to church. I don't believe for a minute he is officially recognized member of the Catholic Church. Like he did, from all evidence, he doesn't seem to leave his fucking house. He seems to just fucking stream and sleep and pump dumpers and fucking Uber Eats McDonald's in there and shit like that. Like, well, he's so thin because he's like 23.
Oh, so he's still having that fucking.
Yeah, trust me, this is going to catch up to him. Okay, I know, Nick. Okay, let me pat my fucking fat ass on the gut right now. I'll tell you this right now, Nick. That shit catches up to you, buddy. Like, yeah, I was skinny as a rail when I was fucking 21, 22, 23 too, even though I was living off of fucking, Pepsi and fucking pizza. Like, that shit catches up to you, bud. It does, all right? Yeah, you can be reasonably skinny now because you're 23 fucking years old. All right. But eventually a lifestyle of doing nothing but eating McDonald's and playing Fortnite and pumping dumpers, it's not going to age you well, bud.
You'll probably add a couple of years and not just a few pounds on you.
Like, yeah, it doesn't age you well, buddy. Like, Nick Fuentes has got a rough. Like, look how fucking fat Baked Alaska is getting, and he can't even afford food. Like, he's literally living off of like fucking cold beefaroni in a can, and he's still fat as fuck.
Jeez.
These people are depressing. I mean, it's like Jeb Bush. It would be depressing if they weren't so reprehensible. But yeah, that'll catch up to Nick. I mean, he's 23 years old right now. And that's the other reason why he's so fucking arrogant. I mean, imagine if you had this rapid, quick success at like 20 years old. You know what I mean?
It would destroy you.
That would go to your head.
I mean, look at the child actors in fucking Hollywood. They're basically fucking.
That's why Nick believes he's destined to rule the world and all this other dumb shit. Like, yeah, that'll go to your head in a big way. And it very clearly has with him. Plus, he has this deep rage about being picked on in high school and middle school and all this other shit.
Which again, I think honestly, again, this is where I guess the millennials and Gen Xers will, like, from Gen X onward, like, the internet didn't exist and social media didn't exist, but social media didn't exist. Like, the Gen Xers have, like, the millennials have the excuse. So do the Zoomers, because let's be frank, there's always that one fucker on Facebook who wants to be able to, like, hey, I want to be your friend because we were in high school, and he always reminds. I just today I had a fucking friend from middle school call me up and say, hey, I got a girlfriend. I'm like, oh, who gives a fuck? Who cares? You don't have a. Yeah, exactly.
But PvP said it best words. Like, imagine a world where Nick Fuentes is the fucking king of the world tomorrow, right?
Joffrey Baratheon. That's what he is.
That is a far less free world than we live in now. For all the problems from our government now, all the overreaches and all that other shit, I would much rather live in this world than the one Nick Fuentes would have for us.
Keep playing it, Luke. Keep playing it. I want to get.
But I am an honest person. You're going to sit there and say it's just jokes, bro, and then you're going to say, "Well, I wouldn't think it's funny." I said,
it's nothing but sour grapes.
You're full of shit.
Sour grapes and acid.
You're the one. You're the one that's complaining about the DMCA. We're not sour grapes over the shit that's been done to us. We go on road trips. We do conferences.
He annoys me.
We cheer for Vladimir Putin. You're the one that's sour grapes over the DMCA. You're saying the law must be respected. Fuck you. Fuck your law. Fuck your YouTube channel. Your bad sense of humor. Your content sucks, okay? And people see right through you. You have nothing to offer. You have nothing to offer other than these sort of reflexive, get the easiest, most obvious thing and reflexively throw it at somebody. You're fucking 40 years old.
You're right. It is the most obvious thing.
And it's
That's
basically just embarrassing. And I just don't understand. And I just don't understand.
It's the most obvious thing. I go for the most obvious thing. That's why I started with "you're a fucking fag." Thank you for admitting it.
And
Did Nick Fuentes just come out of the closet? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Cat boys are great. Right, I go right for the obvious. You're right. That's what I dig into.
Hey, and that's all you got, and that's all that you have. All you have, like I said,
you admit it. It's flag shit.
That's all you have. Defend your friends.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, you're a flagger, which is another thing. And
you're a flaggot.
You're a flaggot, exactly. You're a flaggot. That's precisely what that is. Keep going, Luke.
Since your friend now,
the emperor has no clothes. The comedian has no funny.
I bet you love it. I bet you love it when the emperor's naked. I bet you'll love it when he's naked.
And there it is. Just on cue. Right on cue. Yeah, it is.
I bet they love those pearly whites at the glory hole, huh?
There it is. See? Right on cue. And you're floundering around because that's all that you can offer, and you know that. You have one speed.
You're so fucking boring, Nick. Like we've talked about the same shit.
I know. Well, I don't know. I think it's pretty entertaining. Actually. You got one speed.
God, no, this is why I'm not devastated.
And that's it.
This is why I'm not devastated when you say you don't like my content. Because
you're not devastated because we're not on the same level. We're not on the same level, you and me. You and I are not on the same
I'm not 5'8".
We're not on the same
level.
And that's all.
Oh, God damn. Medicare still got it. This was hardly his best performance, but Medicare still got it.
We have. That's all we have is reflexive. And I could do it right. Oh, you're vaccinated. You're dying.
I'm not.
You're pro-COVID. Your wife is ugly. I could go for the cheap. We could all do that. We could all do that. Oh, you're short.
I'm friends with Josh Boone and I'm vaccinated. But you aren't quite literally short.
I know, Jim. 70s porn stash. You're short. This and that. Yeah, I know, Jim. And
you should let Milo at least teach you how to fucking present yourself a little better as a gay man.
Yeah, thank you. And so the point is, this is all you've got. This is what your whole YouTube channel is about. Your whole career is about.
I don't need any more than this,
the people that find that funny, the people that find this funny are
sour
stupid.
grapes. You get upset.
I'm not sour grapes for a second. I'm not sour grapes. If I were you, I would be sour.
Did they say to pause it, or did you say to pause
it? No, keep playing. No, they said pause it because they're pausing it. Again, this is a stream within a stream within a stream. Because I don't want to get flagged by fucking. I don't want to be flagged by fucking.
Nick is paused in the niggle.
Yeah, he's been paused, all right.
Interrupts because I feel like we're going in circles for a little bit.
Sure.
I just wanted to read a super chat, and can I bring in Keemstar?
Keemstar wants on.
Bring in Keemstar after I read a super chat real quick.
Keemstar. Why?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I get your agreement? I don't want to bring somebody in and one person doesn't agree.
No, Keemstar would be good. He's probably pissed about the DMCA stuff.
I just want to make sure. I got one.
Keemstar!
Yeah, Keemstar. I missed a big super chat though.
Bring him on. This would actually be good. He's pretty serious about the DMCA stuff.
$200 for Office America First. Somebody told me he's probably charging back.
Remember Nicholas J. Fuentes watches Earn Your Way to the Top Survival, a man who is a hypercell and lives in a bus shooting the RVP2 a ton. I don't know what RVP23 is. I don't know what that is. RVP3? I don't know what that is. But there's Little Nickers right there. I mean, that's basically what he is at this point. He's fucking Joffrey Baratheon. And yeah, thank you, our friends on what is it, the Face app, I guess it is. You are an endless barrel full of monkeys. And that actually might be the fucking that might be the how should you say it, the thumbnail for this fucking stream, because that basically is what we're dealing with. Keep going.
Keep saying Ralph is a revenge pornographer. 200 from Signal Boost. Not gonna lie, I'd simp for Brit.
I told you
Ethan Ralph also DM'd me. He said,
I told you.
Baked Alaska's parents. He got the docs from the website, so it technically wasn't like from a news article, according to an Ethan Ralph DM I got.
This is fucking ridiculous. Nick is lost badly. Nick looks like a retarded, unhinged fucking man baby.
Just Steve, I don't need to be in here until the end, dude. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say. I got COVID right now, so I'm just gonna say a few things and then take off because I'm pretty sick. But I was watching this thing, and Nick, I'm telling you, you're getting destroyed, man. I mean, it's really embarrassing, bro. You come across as this like little bitch that you're mad and upset that someone was making fun of you, and you're over there crying in the corner. And then every time in this debate where you were like, I'm not the one crying, I'm like, yes, you are. That's why you flagged him. So, dude.
Well, this is a guy that reported Baked Alaska to the FBI. So I mean, it's pretty rich for you to get in here. You snitched to the fucking pigs, dude. You're gonna come in and say that?
Yeah, dude. That dude would go around in public.
More like fucking Jewish.
That dude would go around in public.
Jew that snitches to the pigs.
Can I finish? All right. That dude would go around and literally fuck with people on the streets and then pepper spray just random innocent people. I've seen this happen like multiple fucking times. So the dude's a fucking criminal. He needs to be locked up.
Boo-hoo, nigga. You're a lock.
I respect the laws. He's a fucking criminal. I mean, you don't think Baked Alaska is a criminal? He's a fucking criminal.
And that's criminals are based, dude.
I'm sorry. He's Catholic, right? Like you know who talks about the laws all the time? It's the fucking Catholics. This guy is not a Catholic. This guy is a fucking heretic, and he should be fucking excommunicated and, you know, maybe done what they did to Miss Perkins and fucking John Wick. But like, seriously, he is not a fucking Catholic. The man does he have a baptism certificate? Does he know anything? Can he recite the Nicene Creed? Can he do? There's any pictures of him actually going to church? And by the way, before you are still saying, oh, he went to church on Easter. You're supposed to go to church on Easter, Palm Sunday, Christmas, and a bunch of other things. There are mandated days of obligation as a Catholic. I know this because sometimes I fail. Okay, they're my godparents, God bless them.
I mean,
they got me a calendar for that shit.
In all fairness, he does have one qualification of being a Catholic leader, and that is being a closet homosexual.
Ooh, burn.
I'm just saying.
Well, you know, so is Milo. Well, at least Milo's.
According to conservative Catholic sources, up to 50% of the Vatican. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, keep going.
Here's a nice little clip from our dear King Nick.
They attacked me! They threw a cowpie at you, so you decided to kill them all! They're starving, you fool! All because of a war you started!
You're talking to a king!
And now I've struck a king. Did my hand fall from my wrist?
Yeah, no, it didn't.
I like that bit where Nick's all like, "I'm slapping you. This is me slapping you," and it reminded me of the gay guy on that South Park episode. It's like, "I'm slapping you. I'm slapping you."
Can we get like a deep fake of that happening? I really they look similar.
I don't have the technology, but I can do a paste over.
Oh. Just get it. We'll do it later on.
Base, bro.
So you like your swatters?
But he's a
you
criminal.
Like
he deserves to be in jail.
No, that's not based. Those are the wrong kinds of criminals.
No, but you like you like criminals, so that's
the
based.
wrong
I like criminals that are funny. Unlike you. You're neither a criminal nor funny.
I thought they found it hilarious when they swatted you, Nick. Why
sure
don't you like
the
joke?
I'm sure they did. Well, in my subjective opinion, it's not laws. In my subjective opinion, I wouldn't do that. Isn't that your move? So you're both fucking.
I love criminals, but not when the crimes are against me. Okay,
that's
gotcha.
right. Yeah, that's right. I'm an outlaw for the white. Yeah, you can say I'm an outlaw for the white man.
So cringy, bro. You're so cringy.
And you're fucking You're with Susan watching me on YouTube, bro. You literally eat shit for the New World Order.
I eat shit for the New World
Order. What?
Because he's on YouTube.
He's on YouTube.
New World Order.
And he took the freaking vaccine.
We're all in the New World Order here on YouTube.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, Soros, I hate Nick. Like, can I get some money? Come on, Soros. You got the come on, you goofy old bastard with your eyeballs that look like freshly fucked assholes. Can I get some money, George? Because I hate Nick too. I will shit on Nick every night if you could pay me, and it's a drop in the bucket to you, George. Okay, 110% of my current pay at the Box Factory, and I will spend 8 hours a day on this platform just calling Nick Fuentes a queer. I will do that happily.
Hey man, I was thinking
you know what? You know what? I'm gonna make an offer. Just 90% of what I'm making now. I'll take a pay cut. I'll take a pay cut to do it, George.
Keep going.
Come on, let's NW. We're gonna be NWO like in the fucking in old wrestling from 20 years ago. That's good. The New World Order. We're gonna be like Hulk Hogan in the New World Order.
Yep, NWO baby.
And you snitch FBI.
Oh my God! Where did 2011 Alex Jones come from?
Everybody knows you sent for Susan Wojcicki. Why are you still on YouTube then? Huh?
Hey, the New World Order is currently trying to kill me with this COVID, so I got to take off.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Wow, snitch.
Oh, did we get baked in here too?
Well, Medicare, why didn't you grill him? He snitches on Baked Alaska to the federal government. Isn't that butthurt?
I thought that's based and funny, man.
No, not when it happens to me. Not when it happens to us. It's only funny when it happens to other people.
Right, sour grapes. Who did you bring again, Michael?
What's that quote from Mel Brooks? Tragedy is when I cut my finger. Comedy is where you fall down an open sewer and die.
Yep.
Comedy
what was
is
the next?
Bad things happen to Nick Fuentes, like losing this debate.
And I'm not kidding, because this next part is going to be hilarious.
You know, you can actually take a stand and still like shit. Like when Nick Fuentes got banned off Twitter, what was this? Maybe a year ago, something like that.
Just
maybe 2. I don't know. But he gets banned off Twitter. I went on my stream and I made this very clear statement. I do not support Nick Fuentes getting banned off Twitter on principle, because I don't support banning someone for their political opinions. I also think it's funny because bad things happening to Nick Fuentes makes me laugh. I can have both those thoughts in my head. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And be like, well, on principle, I don't support that, but fuck you. Like, if there was a button to push where it's like Nick is unbanned, I would push it. But I'm also laughing at him. You know what I mean? Like, I can do those two things. So it'd be possible for Nick to be like, look, I hate my enemies and I don't care if bad things happen to them, but on principle, no, I don't support this. You can have those aren't contradictions.
And even then, like even if you really didn't want to go into that shit, let's say you just pretend and say you do, but don't. Like, it's never good to be honest on the internet about shit like this. Like, if you want to flag people, just be snilfy about it. Do the whole big gay op shit. Don't fucking
have principles, and you can laugh at somebody. Like, it's that simple. Like, you can be like, yeah, it's funny. Like, if Nick Fuentes if he went to like McDonald's and it's the black guy working at McDonald's was like, you're that little white gay kid that says the N-word and punches him in the face, right? Well, yeah. I could laugh at that if that were to happen without saying I condone assault. You know what I mean? Like, obviously that shouldn't happen. And obviously in that hypothetical situation, we should press charges and that guy shouldn't get away with it. But haha, Nick, you got punched in the face. Like, I can have both those thoughts. It's not a contradiction.
Yeah. But the thing, and this is where it gets interesting. This is what I really am spooked out by, is that the weaponization of, you're a globalist, you're a New World Order shill. And there's no way you could actually defend against this. But I'll tell you this, there are people out there who do fight for the New World Order. There are people out there who fight for, who we would all, for all extensive purposes, call globalists. They don't call themselves globalists, though. And I've talked about this before on my podcast multiple fucking times. And I'm glad that it's Nick Fuentes who fucking weaponized that term, not us, because guess what? Now you're going to have people who are actual good globalists come out of the work, because now it's not going to be so black and white. Oh, nationalists good, globalists bad. I don't know. Keep going, Luke.
What was the next fucking person?
Baked Alaska. Did we bring him? Oh, he just left.
Sure, bring him in.
Well, he just left. So if he rejoins, I'll bring him in.
Message him.
And if Destiny rejoins, I'll also bring him in. He sat for like 20 minutes and then he left. So if he still wants to come in, I'll bring him in.
Kick me out real quick.
This is wild. America First is done after this. This is fucking ridiculous.
Did you? I don't know.
Oh no, I was gonna say keep him in here. Can we just talk about the fucking pegging and wooden horses and be done with it for the night? I don't know what the flamenco talk is gonna be. What
I'll bring him back in. Flamenco.
I think that they wanted to have me on for when Ralph comes on.
Well, Medicare wants to say something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Nick, do you got anything for him? I guess that he's fucking here.
Yeah, I guess to clarify a few things. I guess to clarify a few things. I sent Michael the DMs from the guy that was at Ralph's event. I didn't know that guy was even going to the event like the day after. And when I fucking clarified that to Ralph, he's like, "Oh well, you should have called me." And it's just like, dude, you're fucking like blowing up my shit, saying like, "Oh, I fucking hate that guy." Why would I fucking do that? It's not like Tux was saying, "I'm gonna go and I'm gonna shoot up even Ralph's event." Like then I would have probably fucking told Ralph. But like, why the fuck would I?
I don't get where Ralph police. I would have called the police. I would have said, this guy said so and so. I would have fuck Ethan. I would never said that to Ethan Ralph. I would have said, there's a guy who said he was going to shoot up an event. Here's the information. I don't have the recording, but keep an eye. You just keep an eye out for that shit. Again, I'll give him the context, granted, but you take threats seriously. Take that shit seriously.
It's this idea that I don't know, people that he's in fights with are owed his fucking loyalty. I don't know.
I just think you're pressed about the DMCA. I've told you that.
Not really. Like I fucking literally tweeted about it. Lol and eat shit, Ralph.
Yeah, and then you're going around crying to everybody about, oh my gosh, I think that was just terrible or whatever. No, you told me, you're like, I lost $500. I lost 10 days worth of income. Yeah. My income, they're coming for my.
You all need to get jobs, bro. Like real fucking jobs, Flamenco.
You didn't say like, oh, I just said LOL. No, you went and cried and said I lost $500.
When did I cry? When did I cry about it?
On the other stream.
Oh,
the other night. You're on that stream.
I complained about it because Ralph is a thin-skinned bitch who can't take anything.
Sounds like you're thin-skinned and you can't take it.
How am I thin-skinned?
You're a towel.
Because you're going around crying.
You're a towel. You're a towel. That's what that is. You're a towel. And it's the same fucking thing as toweling.
You're in a cult.
You're in a cult.
Did I tell people after that to flag his shit?
I don't think that you not flagging him doesn't make
bitch about it.
Yeah, you just went and cried about losing $500 to everybody who would listen.
Yeah.
Other than that, you didn't.
Did you complain when people struck your channel?
No, I didn't. Actually,
you didn't complain at all. You didn't try to contest it at all.
Not at all. No, when JF flagged my channel, I just said, yeah, whatever. Literally, you can go back and watch the show. Pull the tape, Michael. Pull a tape.
What tape?
Pull a tape when JF banned my channel.
If I can find it,
Okay, so if somebody like did something, you got like mad about it, like that's a normal human reaction. I've noticed something with Nick, and it's this. I've seen Medicare get mad at times. I've seen Medicare on streams get legitimately mad. He fucking yelled at Bake that one time when he was like, when Bake was like shitting on his audience, because Medicare doesn't like you when people shit on their own audience. He doesn't. But and then he also like got legitimately mad at Jonathan Ross, the fucking pedo, which is completely understandable. So I've seen actual anger out of Medicare for as much as he pretends. But this little sociopath here, Nick, I don't think I've ever really seen. I don't watch a ton of them, so maybe I missed it. But I've never really seen him allow himself to be on a stream and be like, "This is fucking bullshit. Fuck these." Like, just be angry. You know what I mean? Like, show that emotion. Nick always has to have this like, I'm amused, and for as much as he claims Medicare is like above it all, Nick's always got to be like, I'm so smart and I'm so amused at all this, and I'm laughing at all this. That little, God, I hate to use this term. Like, I hate to give Vox too much credit, but that little gamma fucking male shit, that little shit fucking attitude about it.
Well, I mean,
Nick will never admit he's mad about something. And you know what, Nick? I'm sorry to tell you this. Men do get mad, okay? And sometimes we get mad about stupid shit. And sometimes I get mad about stupid shit, and later I'm like, I lost my cool. I shouldn't have. But like, men do get mad because we do have fucking testosterone in us. So we do allow ourselves. We don't sit there and seethe behind a fake smile like you do, Nick. So this, I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad. I didn't get mad when they flagged my channel and they took me down. Look, if you got yourself banned off of all these things, that's exactly a case where you should be righteously angry. So like I didn't get mad about it. I just laughed about it. And you're a sociopath. All right. You got to have this fucking the American Psycho shit where you can't ever fucking make you mad.
Try.
Like,
Flag my channel.
That's not normal. That's not healthy. It's not like sometimes you lose your cool and you get fucking mad. Sometimes righteously, sometimes not. But like men get fucking mad. All right. You can't always be like, I'm just above it all. Even when I had my feud with that guy, that guy I don't want to name who joined a pagan cult. I know. I'm trying not to pick on him, but it's just a good example. But like there was a couple of times he legitimately pissed me off in that. Most of the time I was laughing at him. But there were a few times that he did some really shitty, scummy stuff that I was just kind of repulsed at him. I was just kind of like, what the fuck, dude? Like when he what I'm gonna have my Australian boyfriend like find out where you live and call time your job, and I'm like, you've really sunk this low. Fuck you. Like there was an anger in there. Men get mad. And this little shit, this little Zoomer detached bullshit of like I'm just always laughing. I'm the Joker. It's fucking gay. It's way gayer than any of the
different villain. Jesus Christ, the Joker's so fucking overplayed. I mean, he's basically crazy because, you know, the story demands him to be crazy. Literally, in some cases, he gets well when Batman dies. You know, here's another example of fucking Hexenhammer, little Tarl, right? I am disturbed by Nick Fuentes' encouraging of the false flag use of legal claims against his critics. This is not the Nick I debate in good faith twice before. The Nick I knew didn't know about a critic dying of cancer didn't laugh about a critic dying of cancer about his stack of money. Yeah. You know, let me just say this, and you could, you know, for the record, I'm siding with the fucking occultist, the guy who literally is part of a pagan cult, against the fucking Nick Fuentes.
Well, Sticks is more trad than Nick.
Yeah,
Sticks is doing more to save the white race. He's a homesteading guy with a garden who's mostly off the grid, mostly doesn't consume pop culture, and has a child and a wife. Sticks, the goofy motherfucker with 666 in his name, is more fucking trad and lives a more quote unquote Christian lifestyle than Nick.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's where we're standing right now. Yeah. So when you make the fucking occult, the leftists, not the spiritual leftists who worships the heterodox instead of the orthodox, more traditional, you're seriously fucking up royal, kid. Keep going. We're gonna wrap this up in a bit.
All right.
Well, you know, I should probably duck out because I do got a little bit of stuff I got to do before.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Thanks for having me on, man.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Whenever we need to kick fucking Fuentes' ass,
I'm always happy to shit on Fuentes. Fuck Fuentes.
Absolutely.
For the love of God, don't never send this kid money. Never send any cozy streamer money. You're probably going to get your shit doxxed if you do. I know a lot of people were sending like streams of like, you know, Ralph's a rapist and shit, and that's funny last night. But like, don't do that. You're going to get your shit doxxed. Like, don't have anything to do with these people.
Yeah. You stay away and let them burn themselves out, because at this point they're drowning. You know the old saying of, you know, don't try to save someone who's drowning because they're panicking, right? And they'll drown you. That's exactly what's going on. Medicare is doing the right thing, and I've always said Medicare is a role model when it comes to like internet drama. Just let him drown himself, and then maybe we can go in and save him if you want to. I personally leave the little shit to die. That's how I would do it.
All right.